Do-do. I need to put captions on. Let's get that working. Okay, that should be good to go. And we are pretty much fully upgraded in our main Formicarium now, which is lovely. Let's try and actually get it all completely done. So that there's just one tile we can't upgrade. Now the big question is, do we want to still get an extra run worth of food? I mean, we do have 4,000, which is a lot, but this is the final thing of the game, at least in the story scenarios. We finished up Bridge Too Far last time, so we do just have the Formicarium Challenge 4 left to go. Unless there's something after this, which I don't know. I don't think there is yet. But you know what? I am going... Although, if I don't do this, then it's going to take longer to do. I mean, well, not so much... Wait. Brain went a bit funny there. It's going to not take long to do to finish the whole thing off. Which means if we don't try and pad this out by having, say, like an insane challenge mission, then I'm not going to be sure what to do once I finish that Formicarium challenge. So I will run one last subjugation challenge. This is how I've managed to build up all of the food and get everyone upgraded so quickly. I just spammed this. I just kept running it over and over again, such that I can probably play it in my sleep now.
This Formica Fusca Black Ant Queen has given birth to her first brood. While the workers established their new territory in the earth, above ground, a nearby colony of Formica sanguinea slave-maker ants are on the lookout for would-be victims. These ants specialize in stealing larvae from neighboring nests and raising them as their own. If the black ant colony isn't prepared for the inevitable incursion, they may be wiped out entirely.
So yeah, to start with, we open up this bit. We're going to put workers here. And we open up this bit. This is where our soldiers are going.
Unfortunately, the Queen chose her colony's home poorly. This earth is infested with Grillotalpa grillotalpa, the European mole cricket. Growing up to 45 millimeters in length and with powerful forelegs, these beasts are masters of tunneling. The crickets have had their fill of roots for the day, and are now on the hunt for protein-rich invertebrates. This queen and her brood are in imminent danger of being devoured.
Morla, have you finished? Thank you. So we've opened up this space for a whole cell worth of soldiers. We've got this area up here for workers when we're ready, but for now we are just going to spam out soldiers as much as we can. I think we can get 8 of them. Okay, so they've grabbed that. We go up and kill these. And harvest them. So 6, 7, 8. And then the rest we're going to leave to replenish stores if needed. Obviously, this is the insane challenge. And normally we would go through, unlock the easy mode, you'd go through, you'd kill the spiders, you'd gather all these food, you would upgrade and build your ants, you'd win. But this is insane. And it's the challenge mode. So you don't want the slave makers to turn up. And the way you do that is by not killing a spider. That is the trigger that starts the Black Ant Scout coming. I mean, the slave maker scouts coming. So we wait until right at the end to kill a spider. But what we do for now is there are some very specific places we can dig that mean that we can walk past the spiders and not be concerned about them.
Sigestria florentina, a funnel-web spider. She is large, fast, and equipped with a deep, powerful bite. Her lair is carpeted by sheets of silk woven between tripwires that radiate out from the entrance. She can detect even the slightest vibrations with her sensitive legs. Any ant that strays too close will be snapped away in the blink of an eye.
Now here's where the first bit of the challenge is. We can go and open this up, start working on getting the food. But there we go, that's the... You have to wait a little bit.
A mole cricket is burrowing into the nest. The ants must mount a defense quickly, or their brood will be forfeit.
Because here's the challenge part of this run, is the mole crickets burrowing in.
The ants must defend themselves.
Which might seem annoying, and they can be, but they give us food. Which in this scenario is really helpful. But obviously, there's a bunch of food that we can't get yet because we can't kill the spiders. Until we have a decent size army of ants, we are not going to be getting most of this food. But there are certain bits that we can get. Like, for example, here. It's all unguarded, apart from these guys that are coming down to eat us. Which is why I held off on opening this area up until we'd kill the mole cricket. There have been a few times I've run it where the mole cricket and these have turned up at the same time after I've opened them, and it just happened to...
must fight.
The timing just happened to be really bad. And at that point, it's a 50-50 chance whether you just fail or not. Depending on how lucky you are with the attacks and with them focusing. Right, so they have now been killed. We will take that food. Want the workers to go up and unlock that little bit because there's a couple of wood lice in there. Or roly-polies or whatever you want to name them. Oh, wait, no, don't go for that food. Because you're going to get eaten by the spider. You do not want that yet. So now that we've killed them, I'm going to group everyone up, click collect food, and then turn the food off again. So that on the way back they don't accidentally walk in here and try and take food from the spider. Because they are dumb, they will try it. Yep, you deposit all the food. We can now have enough to drop some more down. And then everyone go back. And then we repeat. But luckily, of all of the challenges on Insane that I've tried so far, this is the easiest once you know the strategy. Because there's no rush. You know, the longer you wait, the more mole crickets are going to turn up, yes, but they're bringing food with them. So as long as you have enough to fight off like 6 or 7 mole crickets, you'll be fine. Oh, and there we go. We didn't turn off the food. So we lost another one. But it's fine. We can survive losing a few. Okay. Get them all to do the food again. Of course, that one decides to go in there because it wasn't ready to go.
Mole crickets are burrowing into the nest. The ants must defend in multiple locations at once.
Okay, so it does look like it's just these two. So combat on, we've got 13 so far. We'll be fine. We've already got to the point where we can't fail unless we royally mess up now. So food is collected and we go back to collecting up here. I think my record on this was like 25 minutes to get this entire map done. I have a feeling there is an achievement for doing this in like 15 minutes. So, God knows how you managed. Yeah, you can manage to do it that way, but it'll be interesting to try it someday, maybe. Okay, so all the food from up there is now collected. And our first set of things is done. We have filled the room of soldiers. Actually, I'm going to leave that one till last.
There are intruders in the nest. There are intruders in the nest.
Yeah, but they're not going to do anything to us. We're fine. Now we send the soldiers through here to this area of woodworm larvae.
The ants must defend themselves.
Get them to kill everyone there. And then get them to collect the food. And then turn the food off, get everyone to run back. And it is okay if we lose some of them, as long as they're outside of the web. Because that food is still available for us to pick up without going back near the spider. Now it's time we start putting all of our workers down. Which will be that. And then everyone goes onto the same group. Because we're going to want to swarm.
A mole cricket is burrowing into the nest. The ants must mount a defense quickly, or their brood will be forfeit.
And we just have the one to deal with this time, so not a
The
problem.
battle has begun.
We can kill it, we can take its meat. And now, I want to start digging some of this out to make life easier. Because what we're going to do now is the crazy thing of swarm the spiders. We're not going to kill the spiders. We're just going to overwhelm them and then take all the food that they have. And then we return back and we've taken most of the food they have. And we've lost maybe 2 ants, but we've taken probably a good 100, 150 food from them, if not more. We use that to upgrade. Then we repeat. Add some.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
Everyone swarm in, so they have too many targets to go for. And all the food is gone. Get everyone to swarm up here. And we charge in. And repeat. We do want to keep moving our marker to kind of get everyone to bunch together first before we send them all in. And yet we are losing one every now and then to this one, but that's fine. We can do this, it'll be fine. So the swarm goes in, tell it to gather the food. Then we tell everyone to escape. And luckily the ones that leave last are the ones with no food on them. So the ones with food get left alone and left in peace. And then that's basically the strategy for the rest of the game. Is that we use our massive force of ants to simply outnumber the
Mole
spiders.
crickets are burrowing into the nest. The ants must defend in multiple locations at once.
But of course we also do need to keep an eye on these mole crickets. Now we go back down here. And once we've got this bunch down here, we can ignore this area completely. And this spider will no longer pester us. So most of the swarms here. Everyone run on in. And yet we are going to lose a fair few. But what we're going to gain is a lot of food. and then everyone back in. And then pretty much all the food is now gathered, so we can leave. There's a couple of little bits, but honestly, not too much of an issue now. So now we dig into the next bit to do this on. Then gathering off.
A mole cricket is burrowing into the nest. The ants must mount a defense quickly, or their brood will be forfeit.
More cricket is down. Eat the carcass. Move to the next step. Which is, again, swarm. Once everyone's mostly down here, click the food to get collected. Nearly all of that food has been picked up now. Make sure we take those goodies away first, and then again, we run in, we swarm, we take what we can. And as you can tell, we have not yet had one of the slave makers come to get us. Which is the main challenge of this mission. You can use this approach pretty much on any difficulty for this one. Right, I'm going to just say get out of there now. Head and get some of this more easy stuff. Speaking of easy stuff,
in the nest.
we could have got all of this earlier as well, but I didn't. So we run down.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Collect as much food as you can from their stores. And preferably escape with your life.
Mole crickets are burrowing into the nest. The ants must defend in multiple locations at once.
Kill that one, a couple can eat it, and then go and protect the queen. And there we go. Turn off combat so we don't accidentally kill a spider. We just need 3 more soldiers upgraded now. We take that bit out
Predators
because
are
we need
loose in
that.
the nest. The larvae must be protected.
And then go steal all that food. So that was 1, 2, 3. Soldiers are dealt with. And soldiers are the pricey ones. Yeah, 18 more workers and we should be good to go. So let's steal that food there.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
And then we rinse and repeat. Everyone run into the nest. Grab the food. It is very much annoying that we can't
A
kill
mole cricket
these.
is burrowing into the nest. The ants must mount a defense quickly, or their brood will be forfeit.
We can't kill the the wood lice any further away. Because unless they're down here, no matter what we do, it will incur spider attacks. So let's see, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 left. Do I already have enough food for this? Maybe, actually. I do. And I haven't even cracked into the other bits yet. And actually, the
Predators
last
are
bit,
loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
we have to disable the. We have to survive the final wave. Now, if you're playing the game normally, that swarm would be maybe 30 ants. But since we haven't had the scout yet to find us, after we kill our first spider, we will get the final wave.
By working together, the ants have overwhelmed one of the funnel web spiders. She won't be causing any more trouble for the colony. Her sisters, however, still present a problem.
And naturally, because we haven't had them yet, the final wave is also the first wave. So we just have a single ant turn up, steal a larva, and leave, and then we win. We don't even have to fight the final wave, because you cannot attack. There it is.
Sanguinius Scout has sensed the presence of the black ants. A raid on the colony is now inevitable.
You can't attack
The
it.
question
It's
remains
still
as to
neutral.
whether they will merely pillage a generation of young, or wipe out the colony entirely.
And there we
In
go,
the
we
end,
win.
It will come down to the tenacity of the defending ants. Once again, the slave makers return to their nest with new black ant larvae to raise as their own. The raids will continue, but this Formica fusca colony has proved its capacity to endure and grow. Eventually they will surpass their parasitic overseers, and the continued raids of the slave makers will reduce to nothing more than a mere inconvenience for the great Black Ant Empire.
Yeah, let's have a look what we got. 26 minutes. Do that on Insane with a challenge in there. Still 2 achievements I haven't got yet. One is getting a cricket to actually kill one of the spiders for you. That one I've been leaving because obviously trying to do that while sticking to the technique of winning this level, that would have to be done right near the end. And you'd have to sort of open up all the area so that hopefully one of the crickets would walk into the web on its own. And then it would just fight without us having to do anything with it. And then this one, beat the level while losing 50 eggs to the slave makers on Insane with challenge. That one is possible. What we would have to do is do what we just did, but instead of doing that final upgrade and triggering the survive the final wave, we would want to just leave one of them, kill a spider to trigger the ants, and then sit back and let them take eggs every time they raid. And just be ready to protect the queen if there aren't enough eggs for them to take. And then we just keep rinse and repeating that until we've won. Honestly, it might be fun to try doing that one, but I probably will end up doing that one offline. Much like most of the Insane stuff. This is the only one that I'm confident enough that I could actually do on stream without worrying.
Strong. The work will continue soon.
Hello?
Shh.
Oh, it's you. Is something wrong?
No.
Yeah, now we've got some extra food. We can't store it, but we've got it there ready. So when the time comes, we can set these guys off to... We're going to turn them off combat and off enemy mounting. Just get the food, if there is any. But I think now there's not much more we can do apart from click on that final challenge. I am going to put it on hard mode because we do have a lot of preparation done.
They're about to start the Glaber trials at Site B. Are you coming?
Oh. No. Mole rat's not really my area of interest. Besides, this report won't write itself. Nose to the grindstone, shoulder to the wheel. Busy.
Right. Well, I'll be back in an hour then.
No need to rush. I have everything quite in hand.
And this is the fun bit.
Unfortunately, we're still waiting on apparatus critical to the final experiment. But fate has presented us an opportunity, and this we must take. There's plenty to get started with for now. We'll need specimens, transposition canisters, towels, scalpels, glycerol, my trusty curette, and, of course, jelly.
And that final squeak of jelly is just...
So,
evolving.
my enduring Ereptors, we've witnessed your proficiency for resisting natural predators, but what about the unnatural? After all, our work with the counterparts barely scratched the surface. Even on incompatible subjects, the effects of the jelly are remarkable. It may not look very pretty, nor indeed live longer than a day, but for our purposes, it's perfect. May I present to you my most armored hybrid, the Hermit Scorpion?
And this is the point where he went a little bit insane.
Like water on rock, the Ereptors crash against the hybrid. How many will fall? Perhaps them all. The Ereptors attack the shell! Do they not know what lies within?
Yeah, this guy has essentially
The
just...
stinger opens and it's functional! Go, my furious hybrid! Spike the ants! Fight them!
Yeah, he has grafted the legs and armor of a crab onto a scorpion. Because why not? Obviously, we have pervasive on our fire ants, so they just come back very quickly. Also, lots of food, so anything else that gets killed can come back instantly as well.
Get on with it. Get on with it.
And of course, we have to defeat it in time before the scientist gets impatient.
Hermit scorpion. It sounded better in my head. No matter, every stimulation spurs the permutations.
Okay,
Perhaps a more elaborate test to follow. Something to provoke a creative response. Now, do we want raptorial forelegs or pedipalps? Forelegs or pedipalps? Ah, silly me. We want both, of course. No, don't do that. That's your sister. No, no, no. Right, we're keeping you two apart.
now we fight the twins, which are praying mantis and whip scorpion.
What's the matter, Myoraptors? Is the whip mantis being nasty? Yes, clever little ants work smarter, not harder.
Oh, first twin's almost going, almost halfway down. Come on, first one's almost gone.
What are you doing? You barely scratched the beast.
Well, see, another thing is, as they eat us, they actually regen health. So I might have messed up by getting them both aggroed at the same time. Oh, never mind, one of them's down.
Only one remains. Kill it. It's taking too long. Hurry up!
Yeah, I think we definitely need to sort of work on focusing one of them down first.
miserable, incompetent, useless.
Yep.
Oh,
And we
now
took
look
too
what you
long,
do.
so he
We
stressed the queen out by banging the...
Suppose we can
Banging
always
the
start
glass.
again with a more potent queen.
But that's fine. Yeah, we can get there. We've got the numbers. We just need the tactics. So let's try that again. Difficulty hard, go. Let's put number 3
They're
down
about to
here.
start the Glaber trials at Site B. Are you coming?
Oh, no. Mole rat's not really my area of interest. Besides, this report won't write itself. Nose to the grindstone, shoulder to the wheel. Busy, busy, busy.
Right. Well, I'll be back in an hour then.
No need to rush. I have everything quite in hand. Unfortunately, we're still waiting on apparatus critical to the final experiment. But fate has presented us an opportunity, and this we must take. There's plenty to get started with for now. We'll need specimens, transposition canisters, towels, scalpels, glycerol, my trusty curette, and, of course, jelly.
Let me just double check. I have...
So,
Yeah, I have
my
actually
enduring
upgraded everyone,
raptors,
that's fine.
We've witnessed your proficiency for resisting natural predators, but what about the unnatural? After all, our work with the counterparts barely scratched the surface. Even on incompatible subjects, the effects of the jelly are remarkable. It may not look very pretty, nor indeed live longer than a day, but for our purposes, it's perfect. May I present to you my most armored hybrid, the Hermit Scorpion?
Right, if I can, I want to draw it this way.
Like water on rock, the Ereptors crash against the hybrid. How many will fall? Perhaps they'll
Come on,
all.
this way.
The Ereptors attack the shell! Do they not know what lies within? Yes! The stinger opens and it's functional! Go, my furious hybrids! Spike the ants! Spike them!
Yeah, we have a lot of fire ants, so many that we can't actually fit them all onto the thing.
Get on with it. Get on with it.
And there we go.
Hermit Scorpion. It sounded better in my head. No matter. Every stimulation spurs the permutations.
And then let's make sure that everyone is moved over here.
Perhaps a more elaborate test to follow. Something to provoke a creative response. Now, do we want raptorial forelegs or pedipalps? Forelegs or pedipalps? Ah, silly me. We want both, of course. No, don't do that. That's your sister. No, no, no. Right, we're keeping you two apart.
If we can just kill this one here, and not aggro this one yet.
Oh, what's the matter, my Oreptors? Is the Wigmantis being nasty?
Then hopefully, I'm also going to turn off food gathering for everyone so they stop messing with food. I've turned off the combat, not the food. I've turned off the combat, not the food. That was silly. That's more like it. When we can focus them down, they go quickly. Right, so now let's get everyone over here
Kill it.
before he gets annoyed and impatient.
What are you doing? You've barely scratched the beast.
I think I'll turn off the enemy mounting for everyone but the fire ants. But the fire ants are the ones that are doing the most damage. So having them be on there and protected seems like a much better option.
It's taking too long. Hurry up!
Yeah, our fire ant supply dwindled greatly during that, so yeah, let's reload it. We do need to tweak our grouping a little bit, I think. So let's see. First of all, no one goes to food. And no one but the fire ants are allowed to do enemy mounting.
They're about to start the Glaber trials at Site B.
Okay, yep. Just skip it. We know what's going
So,
on.
my enduring Oreptors, we've witnessed your proficiency for resisting natural predators, but what about the unnatural? After all, our work with the counterparts barely scratched the surface. Even on incompatible subjects, the effects of the jelly are remarkable. It may not look very pretty, nor indeed live longer than a day, but for our purposes, it's perfect. May I present to you my most armored hybrid, the Hermit Scorpion?
Okay, and let's send these up for the bait.
Like water on rock, the Oreptors crash against the hybrid. How many will fall? Perhaps them all. The Ereptors attack the
Okay,
shell!
now we
Do they
swarm.
not know what lies within? Yes! The stinger opens and it's functional! Go, my furious hybrids! Spike the ants! Spike them!
And if this run fails, what I might do is get rid of our black ants and replace them with another set of brood workers.
Get on with it. Get on with it.
I think the issue that we've got is that when things are dying, they're not replenishing quick enough because we don't have enough workers replacing the eggs. We've got plenty of food, so it's definitely not a food issue. But we just don't have eggs in place.
Hermit Scorpion. It sounded better in my head. No matter, every stimulation spurs the permutations.
Yes, it may well be that we want to replace this
Perhaps a more elaborate test to follow.
with
Something
level
to
3
provoke
workers.
a creative response. Now, do we want raptorial forelegs or pedipalps? Forelegs or pedipalps? Ah, silly me. We want both, of course. No, don't do that. That's your sister. No, no, no. Right, we're keeping you two apart. Oh, what's the matter, my Ereptors? Is the Whip Mantis being nasty?
Oh, this one's an easy one to kill. This one is the harder one. Let's get the tanks going forward.
Only one remains. Kill it.
Our question is, if we just have the fire ants on the back, will that make us more likely to win?
What are you doing? You've barely scratched the beast.
Yeah, I am thinking that one of the biggest problems we've got is simply not replenishing stuff fast enough. Hey Susie, welcome in. Yeah, I don't No, we're not gonna get it down in time.
It's taking too long. Hurry up!
Right, so that plan didn't work. Just double check. Right, so it is these ones that need to go. These black ants are really pointless. It's going okay. I mean, got halfway through the week, so the worst part of it's over. Right, so we take away these black ant cells. And then we just put in more workers. And we leave them in the nest group. Hopefully, with almost double the workers, they will be able to keep the brood filled up. So when things die, we can actually have new ones spawn quickly. Because that's been the problem so far with that last challenge, is that a bunch get killed. And then we are not prepared for the rest of it. Let's let them collect food. Because they're not going to have to actually walk far to get it from here. We have got brood in every single cell so far. So let's try this again.
They're about to start the Glaber trials at Site B. Are you coming?
Oh, no. Mole rats, not really my area of interest. Besides, this report won't write itself. Nose to the grindstone, shoulder to the wheel. Busy, busy, busy.
Right. Well, I'll be back in an hour then.
No need to rush. I have everything quite in hand. Unfortunately, we're still waiting on apparatus critical to the final experiment. But fate has presented us an opportunity, and this we must take. There's plenty to get started with for now. We'll need specimens, transposition canisters, towels, scalpels, glycerol, my trusty curette, and, of course, jelly.
Mad scientist time.
So, my enduring Ereptors, we've witnessed your proficiency for resisting natural predators, but what about the unnatural? After all, our work with the counterparts barely scratched the surface. Even on incompatible subjects, the effects of the jelly are remarkable. It may not look very pretty, nor indeed live longer than a day, but for our purposes, it's perfect. May I present to you my most armored hybrid, the Hermit Scorpion?
Okay, let's lure him back towards the rest of them.
Like water on rock, the Ereptors crash against the hybrid. How many will fall? Perhaps them all.
Always that one that gets caught, isn't there? Right, okay, come on, down here. Now go, fire ants, go!
Do they not know what lies within? Yes! The stinger opens and it's functional. Go, my furious hybrids! Spike the ants! Spike them!
I might actually move the fire ants out of the way. Leave the ones on its back there. But move the rest away for now. I mean, we are melting it. Actually wondering as well, would it be
Get on
better
with it. Get on with it.
to take down the big one first? Of the next two. Right, okay, Hermit Scorpion's down again. Everyone else up here, please.
Hermit Scorpion. It sounded better in my head. No matter, every stimulation spurs the permutations. Perhaps a more elaborate test to follow. Something to provoke a creative response. Now, do we want raptorial forelegs or pedipalps? Forelegs or pedipalps? Ah, silly me. We want both, of course. No, don't do that. That's your sister. No, no, no. Right, we're keeping you two apart.
Right, please let that one ignore us for now. So that we can focus on this
What's
one.
the matter, Myoraptors? Is the Wigmantis
This is
being
going much
nasty?
quicker because not all of them have died yet in combat with the other one. Although a good number of them did die because they're all swarming back out again. He's going to get annoyed too quickly again. But then again, this is hard. This is the hard one. Not medium difficulty. It may just not have the right configuration of creatures.
What are you doing? You've barely scratched the beast.
Yeah, he's gonna start getting annoyed in about 15-20 seconds. Yeah, basically I'm just constantly just sending them in. They're just swarming it now. And as long as we can keep having food, the swarm will keep moving. The problem is that we've got a time limit before the scientist gets annoyed and starts banging the glass and killing the queen. Oh. The other one's been attracted over now.
Too long. Hurry up. Yes, clever little ants. Work smarter, not harder.
Oh, thanks for the subs. Mouth work. Thanks for the sub, Suzu. Enjoy the silly emotes that I have. Oh, we really did do better that time. Just not good enough. And there's the bang, bang, bang.
Incompetent. Useless.
And the queenie dead.
Oh, now look what you've made me do. Weeks of progress ruined. I suppose we can always start again with a more potent queen.
Oh, well. Yeah, okay. So we can't do it on hard with the configuration of ants that we have. And I'm not going to be messing around with trying to figure that out. So I'm just going to go back to doing it on medium.
They're about to start the Glaber trials at Site B. Are you coming?
Oh, no. Mole rats, not really my area of interest. Besides, this report won't write itself.
Yeah, because this dialogue
My
we've seen like 4
enduring
times now.
erectors, we've witnessed your proficiency for resisting natural predators, but what about the unnatural? After all, our work with the counterparts barely scratched the surface. Even on incompatible subjects, the effects of the jelly are remarkable. It may not look very pretty, nor indeed live longer than a day, but for our purposes, it's perfect. May I present to you my most armored hybrid, the Hermit Scorpion?
And luckily on medium we shouldn't even need tactics. We just should just be able to just melt the thing down.
Like water on rock, the Ereptors crash against the hybrid. How many will fall? Perhaps them all. The Ereptors attack the shell! Do they not know what lies within? Yes! The stinger opens and it's functional! Go, my furious hybrids! Spike the ants! Spike them!
Run, die faster, Scorpion.
Hermit Scorpion. That sounded better in my head. No matter, every stimulation spurs the permutations. Perhaps a more elaborate test to follow. Something to provoke a creative response. Now, do we want raptorial forelegs or pedipalps? Forelegs or pedipalps? Ah, silly me. We want both, of course. No, don't do that. That's your sister. No, no, no. Right, we're keeping you two apart. Oh, what's the matter, my Ereptors? Is the
Oh,
Ereptors
look at how
fine
quickly we're
now?
melting it.
Only one remains. Kill it.
Yeah, the reduced health is so much. And you wouldn't think the health would make that much of a difference because the damage would be the same, but it really is making the difference between we have to make this possible or not. I mean, it may well be that for the last one we just want to have everything be fire ants. You know, forget the mortars, forget the leafcutter majors, because we're not stunning any of these. So the leafcutter majors are kind of not helpful at the moment. So it may be that to sort of progress on harder insane, we just want to have as many fire ants as we can physically fit into the nest. Which would be another 3 cells worth, so another 57 of them, which will be doubled because of the level 3s getting double ant per tile. So it'll be like an extra 100 fire ants. Okay.
Wonderful! both champions bested. The caustic scent of Himmelin filling the arena.
Everyone escape back
smell it?
inside.
What's going on in there? Open the door.
What's she doing back? We need more time. I'm sorry, there's been a containment contamination.
What are you talking about?
Said the spider to the fly. You're witty and you're wise. How handsome are your gauzy wings? How brilliant are your eyes?
Where's your hazmat suit? There's no contamination.
Yes,
Let me
yes, contamination, yes. And it lives. I have to say, I do my best work under pressure. In you go.
Oh god, what is it? What is it?
Instant, or I'll have you escorted
What
from
the-
building.
Open
It's
the
a
door.
dragonfly
I'm on my
tarantula.
way.
What the hell?
That's it. Can I have a security team on the 6th floor, please?
What the hell?
It's using its wings. Incredible. Though it does seem a little slow to react. Perhaps we served a few too many synapses. Have you noticed that, my raptor?
I mean, at least it's dying quickly.
Here. I need this door opening and that man removed immediately.
Why must
What
they
the hell?
constantly disrupt our work? You deal with
Why
the
does it have a
I'll
flamethrower?
buy some more time. This should do it.
What was that?
Can I have some more help on 6th, please? There's a situation developing here.
Hurry now. Not much time.
Okay, that one's gone.
Yes! Defeated! Oh, if only we could finish now, but we must be patient. You'll have to stay in here for now where they won't find you. Don't give up. I'll be back soon, my little raptor.
What is the meaning of this?
Get him out of here.
It's okay. I just need to escort you off site. Come on.
Absolutely unacceptable. You'll be hearing from my union representative.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
touch
Sorry.
me. That is assault, my friend. Oh, I hope those cameras are recording.
Come on.
You're all in trouble. Big trouble. Oh,
Okay,
yes.
that's enough.
And Scientist 2 has been escorted from the building. We win and we gain food.
What was he up to? There's nothing untoward here. Why did he lock the door?
Yeah, congratulations. Our colony has grown sufficiently to complete the current early access content. From Macarium with ours to command to control. More levels in the works. Why not play the game the other way? Play with the colony the way you want in customizable, savable, free play mode. Keep an eye on social media for news of the next update, etc., etc. So even with as good as this game is and how much content we've had just from these levels, they still aren't finished. The absolute mad people. They still aren't done. Frog! Consume the frog. What other fun things have we got? Let's see. So we've got the ones that we had at the basic tier. And then we've got the ones from the second tier with the leaf cutters and all the things that we managed to fight as the fire ants, just without the giant bullfrog. Yeah, the size that we're at now, it would take an extremely large amount of clicks on stuff to... Let's see, how many can we go? Just click, 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 click. I don't know how many I've summoned. Let's see. I summoned a lot. Yeah, I think we're still going to kill them all. Yet we have ridiculous numbers, so even all of that did not faze them. Okay, so right, so let's save that. What other option is there? There's the free play one, which that's just basically what we just had at the end, where we can just start dumping a bunch of things in. So pitting the creatures against each other and battling, that doesn't sound very interesting. The levels from the demo. And then the extra levels. Oh my, that is... I did not expect there to be that many extra levels. There's 16 extra levels. And each scenario looks like it's pretty well done. So the main task is take down the whip spider. But to do that, we're going to have to kill the small groups first and slowly work through the bigger and bigger groups until we have enough ants to take on the whip spider. See, babysitting is... Woodant Colony has a twin. Sister Colony, AI controlled, is very brave and enthusiastic, but not very smart. Updates of what the sister colony is doing will be given regularly. You'll want to keep them out of trouble. All enemy creatures must be eliminated and both queens must survive to beat the level. And it uses rapid fire wood ants. Gray's survival level has a twist. Upon defeat, you'll be awarded points to spend on unlocking new units for future attempts. Oh my, they really have gone quite crazy with this. I love it. Waves get tougher. You'll lose quickly on your first few attempts as you start only with the basic colony with black ant soldiers. Tunneling enemy ants will open up new paths to the queen. You'll be able to push through to further waves with the help of unlocked units. There are 30 waves to beat. Return to the former Carian challenges. In this alternate version of Challenge 3, you take control of the counterpart colony, the same one that must be defeated to beat the challenge in the campaign. Instead of black ants, wood ants, and leaf cutters, you'll be commanding slave makers, trapjaws, and army ants. Oh, Rev would love that one. Where's Rev when you want him? Even, sorry. Me and Rev have been talking about whether or not we'd ever get to play as the trapjaws or the slave makers or the army ants, but apparently it's here in a scenario. Mole crickets digging towards the colony, freeing up packs of enemies as they go. The longer you leave the exclamation marks, the more enemies will excavate to attack you all at once. All mole crickets and any enemies they freed must be defeated to win. Yeah, they really have put in a lot of thought to these. Because so far, none of them have been anywhere close to what the others are. They've all been a very unique scenario. Which I already thought was amazing they did that for the campaign and had everything unique. But they've now thrown in a bunch of other things that are different. Really got to hand it to the devs of this game. They really have been putting in the legwork to make this game good. No, Suzu. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for the sub again. Good night. Okay, so this one is like the first level, only it's a different type of ant and a different map. Leaf cutter level, underground spaces at a premium. And everything is infested with powerful enemies. And then all enemies above and below must be defeated to win. A unique game mode, Earth can be dug out. Packs of enemies hostile to each other. Make them fight each other before they reach the queen. All enemies must be dug out and defeated. No building or pheromone placement is allowed. Your queen is protected by a number of royal guards. Black ant level with a surface and some special spawning conditions with enemies on it. Or 4 enemies on it. Enemy packs get bigger over time, and then at night will invade the nest in large numbers. If the packs have been allowed to grow too large, they will overwhelm your colony. You must survive a number of nights. So I'm guessing with that one, we have to go out periodically and clear the stuff that's at the surface to make sure that they don't get too many. Free your beetle brethren, destroy their captors. Gain knowledge will help you understand which beetles to free from their captors, destroy all enemies and free all the beetles to achieve victory. Beetles will follow a single marker. Winter level where you must help the wood ant colony survive the winter. Switch from gathering resources to vegetation, which provide warmth as it decays. Oh! That actually matches what wood ants tend to do. At least the ones that I've ever seen. They have big piles of pine needles over the entrances to their nests. I didn't realise it was a heating thing. I just thought it was a way of just hiding the entrance. I didn't realise that it was there as to provide warmth as the pine needles decayed. That is interesting to know. Complete objectives to level up the colony, unlocking upgrades, etc. Explore the jungle to open up new areas of the map, revealing more leaves to plunder. Okay, that seems interesting. Oh, another one that's like the first level. Except this is little black ants, so we're one of the small ones for that. So that'll probably be really hard to fight with. Tug of War is another auto battler one. And then Enemy My Enemy 2 is similar to the other one where we just have to dig them out. You know, I'm going to give... This one says it's relatively quick. Let me give it a go. See what they're like. Oh, do we actually have to start from... We do.
The battle has begun.
Can I actually do this? Just take everything out at once. Oh, this is the silly one. Yeah, we've lost all our workers, so we're going to die anyway, but this was funny.
The ants must protect the queen.
An interesting way of having the game run as a scenario. Let's try the extremist one as well, because that seems like an interesting one. It's a wave-based one. And we need to unlock them as we go. Okay.
The ants will fight to the death.
Okay, first wave's nothing. We can handle that first wave, no problem.
The ants will fight to the death. The battle has begun. This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers.
Oh, and we have 5 enemy ants coming in. That is not a difficult wave. That's good. That's fine. F1 come back a bit. Let's see what's next. That one and that one.
The ants must defend themselves.
Oh, a couple of little spiders. Them dealt with.
The ants must protect the queen.
Let's work on getting some of these upgraded as quickly as we can.
The battle has begun. Couple of harvestmen, that's going to be simple enough. Oh, we don't get much food from there. Just some mole crickets on the way. That's nothing to worry about. We should have enough to take down all those.
Is theoretically we should.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
Ooh, bigger harvestman this time. Everyone retreat.
The queen is in imminent danger.
Come on, we can take them down. We should see how far we can get in this, considering there's only 30 waves and we're already on wave 8 and we're still okay. Just some hermit crabs, that's fine.
The battle has begun.
Yeah, now we're getting to the part where we don't quite have the DPS.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to win this one. Although maybe.
The queen is in imminent danger.
Maybe. Nope, never mind. We ran out of food.
The ants must protect the queen.
We got to round 10 on the basic unit. Not too bad. Might actually try playing this a bit more off stream now that I know that these are there and there's some interesting scenarios there. So let's end the level. What did we get? We unlocked 81 points. So what can we actually unlock with 81 points? And 50 points would unlock the melee. 60 would unlock the wood ants. And 80 would unlock the medium leaf cutter. Nice, the trap jaws there is an option as well. So another option where we can, another map where we can actually play as the trap jaws. It's an interesting idea. Is it stream worthy? Maybe some of them are. It might be the sort of thing that, you know, when we don't have anything better to do, or whilst we're waiting for another game, it might be fun to pop back to these extra levels every now and then. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the main part of this game is now done until the next update. We've done all the fire rank stuff. We finished the last Formicarium level. For the last Formicarium challenge. So all the campaign is now done. Like I said, at least until the next update happens, which could be a couple of months. I don't know how quickly they normally do them. I'm not sure when Fire Ants went in compared to when I last played. Could have happened the week after, for all I know. And we could be due another update soon. But that will happen eventually. I'll keep this save game that's the stream game, so that when new content does turn up, we're ready to go for the next bit. Hopefully find out what Scientist 2's been up to, and whether he was allowed back in the lab after being kicked out. So let's see, what have we got planned for the rest of the time now? So we're almost at 2 hours anyway, so I'd probably call this quits soon, since we've finished most of what we wanted to do today. So let's have a look. Tomorrow's Thursday, so that'll be more Kingdom Come Deliverance. I've been doing a little bit of grinding off stream, getting some extra levels, going and finding 6 lucky dice so that we can completely cheat at Farkle if we ever want to play dice. Just getting a bunch of loaded lucky dice that always want to fall on a 1 or a 3 as the options. What else? I've done some archery and some battle training So levels aren't massively better, but they are more than they were by like maybe 1 or 2 points. And I've been lockpicking and pickpocketing and all that fancy goodness to get those levels up, so we don't have to worry about dealing with that anytime soon. I think we're at the point almost where we can do very hard locks, which means we should be good for the rest of the game. If we ever want to loot something and it's locked, we will be able to get in. Yeah, before stream tomorrow, what I'll probably end up doing is going back, doing a bunch of potion work, making sure we've got what we need to get ready to do for the next mission, which was scouting out the camp. Oh yeah, and I also did the really boring quest where we have to go learn to read. It's a really quick quest, and it just seemed easy enough to do whilst I was already in the area when I was looking around for stuff earlier. Let's see, what would we have then? Friday is one of the days off. Saturday, I think Snails has got a playlist of weird stuff for us once again. Sunday, I'm not sure. Now that Empires of the Undergrowth is finished, we're going to have 2 stream days where there's not going to be a plan. So I'm going to have a rummage through what I have installed, see if there's anything that might last us another couple of streams. And we could do some art stuff, get some drawing done. God knows that I need the extra practice. But there's also various other things like, going back to Playtop, maybe doing some Project Zomboid for a couple of streams, doing some Hydroneer maybe. But yeah, I've got a bunch of things that we can have a look at and see what we can do. And then next week, Dredge comes out. And I'm looking forward to Dredge. I love me some Lovecraftian fishing horror. And I enjoyed the demo of that. So I pre-ordered that game and it's ready to go. I just need to grab it for next week. So yeah, until then, I think that's about it for now. We've finally managed to finish off the ants. Yeah, that ended quicker than I thought, to be honest. I really thought those last couple of challenges would last longer. But that just means I can fall asleep earlier and actually go to bed on time for a change. So, until next time, which is tomorrow, for Kingdom Come Deliverance, I'll say, as always, thank you for watching. It's been fun, as always. And let's have a look. Is there anyone raidable? Let's have. Who have we got? Any people who I recognise? Not particularly. So let's go and raid Marla. who's currently playing Phasmophobia with a couple of friends, and I do like me a bit of Phasmophobia. At some point, I have to grab Sheepa and Joshy and maybe Ginger and go and have some madness-related spooks. But until then, I'll send everyone over to Marla. Hopefully we can watch them poop themselves and have some screams in chat or something, I don't know. But until tomorrow, thank you for watching, and I'll bid you a bye-bye.